Good morning, everybody. My name's Roxie Rose, and welcome back to The Evil Within. We're just going to ignore the fact that I don't have a controller in my hands, because we all know what that means at this point. It means that I've fecked up somewhere. Yeah. You know, to be fair to me, my microphone was recording, as in the fact it was on. It's just my recording software didn't register that my mic was plugged in. So, yes. There seems to be a running theme here. It seems to revolve around the bosses I hate and the times I have the most difficulty being also the times I have recording problems. So, yes, we're going to do this again, dubbed over. No one seemed to mind the last one, so this one is not going to be 2 hours, thankfully. Yeah, it's my least favourite boss. I think I said in the last video now that compared to some of the other bosses, she wasn't as scary. Yeah, that is a lie. That is a lie, and you will see the kind of problem I had with her throughout this entire episode. Partially my own fault, partially not. I still don't like the breathing. Oh, it's in my ears. This is like a constant breathing, and it's unnecessary. Hate you with a fiery passion, lady. Fiery passion. Yes. I think I've said it before, I don't mind sequence-based bosses. In fact, I don't mind sequence-based anything. So, when I first realised this was sequence-based, and I realised I had to run, I was kind of like, okay, sequence-based, I can do sequence-based. Which is good, because if you look at my health is absolutely horrendous. Yeah, no. I deserve that. The thing you have to realise with me in sequence-based bosses, in fact, sequence-based anything, it is rare, very rare, that I will get it right the first time. On the occasion I do, I will celebrate like nobody's business. I do the same in most of my Tomb Raider episodes, you probably noticed. If I do a sequence-based or, mash the buttons based thing and I get it on the first time, it's like, oh yes. Especially with some of the older games, because they used to reset like entire chapters. So. But yeah, the more I do a sequence, the more it's like, I'm getting comfortable, I can do this. Yeah, I should probably talk about why I hate spider ladies so much. But I have an inherent fear of spiders. I think that's probably like the most obvious thing right now. So anything that's like spiderish in appearance, or especially the movements, it just doesn't bode well with me. I would prefer to pretend they don't exist. Duck. I'm glad I ducked. Yes. Go faster than that. I think I did a lot of shouting during this. This isn't even the hardest sequence. This isn't even part of the boss. Yeah. But there are many things I regret in this section. Foremost being the sprint and health. Oh, hi, lovely.
Out of ammo.
Yeah. So that's where I wasted the shotgun shells. Glad to know. Yeah. That was total waste, the shotgun. Because you can't kill Spider Lady. And I knew that, and I still shot her. Yeah. So, sequence-based mechanics. I've kind of given away, I suppose, what's coming up in terms of the boss. It is Spider Lady. If that's not immediately obvious. And yeah, I was wishing that that typewriter was a save section because I knew what was coming. And it was like, oh, I really, 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 really don't want to do this. Yeah. So, normally I don't mind sequence-based bosses because, as I said, once you've learnt the sequence, you kind of know what you're doing. A bit like Boxhead was easy enough once I knew where I had to go and what I had to do. This boss is similar, but it is not the same. And I got just as frustrated with this as I did at the dog. Just to give you an idea of what you're in for now. Because I do badly here. Really badly. And the biggest problem I have is my health. This right here is trying to teach me the sequence. And as per usual, I am not paying attention. I am glad I tried that though. That saves me a lot of bullets later on. Yeah, stuff like that that's teaching them the mechanics. That's just good game design, is that? Because that basically tells me exactly what I need to be doing. This is a mistake, don't run backwards. But that also tells me that I can't shoot those things twice, so, you know, I had to learn some way of doing this. That's also where I learned, because of the amount of health I have, I am a one-hit kill. Basically. Yeah. So, sequence-based boss with a one-hit kill. Yeah, I'm sure you can realise my issue at this point. And I was heavily debating at this time whether there was any chance I could go back and redo my room with the goop juice, but I just didn't have anything. There are shotgun shells there that I miss. Not that it makes a difference because you can't shoot Spider Lady anyway. Don't go for that first. Oh, I got so lucky with that one that she took her time. No, 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 you're faster than she is. But only sometimes faster than she is. There's also health on the corner there that I think I miss. I can't count how many times I went to do this. To be fair, this has shown me the sequence again, and I have missed the sequence. Yeah, that was dumb of you, wasn't it? And now that won't fire again. So at this point I don't know where to go. And there's the one hit kill. So yeah, the fire thing. I got the chute at the pipe to burn the lady. I understood that. The mechanic here that I didn't get was to pull the lever and the flames will take their sweet time, but eventually they will disappear mechanic. The running around in circles mechanic. Yeah, I will forget that exists during every single sequence based fight on this entire section of level. And it is not a good thing to forget, because it is so important. Because it's literally my next place to go. This was me experimenting. I wanted to leave traps for her. It's completely pointless. You can't leave traps for Spider Lady at all. I was also testing the one-hit kill mechanic there, because, well, I found the health basically, and I didn't hear the bomb. But getting Spider Lady to follow you is so difficult. She's so unpredictable because she's slow and then she's fast. Right.
Damn it!
Yeah. This is the thing, the order of things that I go about doing this. I just don't think about it. Because I knew that something happened with that lever, but I knew I didn't know what. So really, the wisest thing to do was to pull the lever first, then burn Spider Lady, because then she's distracted. And that would have saved me a lot of grief. Oh, you've tested that. But yeah. If you shoot at her, she disappears. And when she disappears, she gets pissed off. And all of a sudden she's faster. Work it out. Oh. There I got lucky. Because she pulled me off the ladder. But she didn't smash my head in. Which was nice. Because she easily could have. She does later on. Like, I got so lucky there. But this is the part where I realised how screwed I was, because it's... At this point, I've set myself with a continuous problem for the rest of this sequence. There's a lot of auto-saving that goes along here. And I was on permanent low health. Worse than what I started with. Had I done this smart, I would have gone back and allowed her to kill me so that I could have that full bar of health again. But hindsight's 20/20 like that. Out the way! God. It's me even standing there. Again, this fire mechanic, this waiting for it, is such a pain in the arse. And I kept forgetting about it. Come on, you can't just sit there. You know that doesn't work. You know what to look for. Come on. There we go. This is the only part of that sequence I was clever in. The only part where I remembered. Don't get trapped in the furnace. This as well. This was my best chance at doing this whole sequence, because this is glitched. And I didn't realise it until later. But Spider Lady's not here. Don't get blown up by that. Yeah. Your health is slow, you can't run. You can hard blade dodge. It's an absolute nightmare. So this is the only smart thing I did throughout this entire thing, was just stand here and wait for it to go back up. because yeah, you need the ability to run to do this next section, or you just can't. But yeah, she's not here, and she is supposed to be. I'm not going to pretend that I do this on the first run, because I don't. I just really, really wish I had, because this was my best shot. Like I said, she's not here. Like, she's not here at all. I could have won this whole sequence based off this, and that was my mistake, because I just couldn't hear it. I just did not hear the beeping, and this is where I learnt to regret it, because she don't glitch. She don't glitch again. She's behind you. So, Spider Lady, mechanics. Yes. She follows to a certain degree. That's a pain in the ass, but you can hear it. It's all about hearing with her and understanding what makes her pissed and what makes her predictable. So, if you shoot her at any point, she runs at you with a vengeance. But you can also encourage her teleportation if you shoot at her. So, as long as you're standing in a place that is beneficial for you, like, you know, next to a flaming pipe, you can kind of encourage her to do something that will get herself killed. But it doesn't always work. She's just as likely to teleport past the flaming wall of death and straight behind you, so you have to be really careful. The other thing is this running mechanic she has. She'll walk until she's a certain distance to you, and then it's like a full-on sprint, and the only warning you get is the sound of her running, and that's why you need to be able to run. You'll notice I start every sequence too low to run. And that's what I meant when I said that I just initially screwed myself over here, because I have to stand still. You have to stand still in order to regain your run. That's one of my stupidest deaths, is that I have no sympathy for my past self with how stupid some of my deaths are here. Because the minute you start shooting the pipes, she gets interested. If you blow the bomb when she's next to it, she gets annoyed at you. So I pissed her off, hence the running. And I was so worried at this point that that's why my light's turning on, because I was mashing the buttons, like desperately trying to work out the sequence. Yeah, she's predictable to a point. You can't blind her, and I don't know why I kept trying. And you can't kill her. She's got another mechanic as well. She hasn't really shown it yet, because you can't get enough of a distance away here. But if you're too far away and you stand still long enough, she kind of burrows into the ground and then reappears right behind you. Yeah, you can't get past her. The moment you get yourself trapped in a corner, you're dead. There's nothing you can do. I think maybe if I had a full health bar, you might, you know, get a second chance at it. But usually, regardless of how much health you've got, she drags you aside and just bashes your face in. So not really much you can do about it. But yeah. In terms of sequence-based fighting, I spend way too long here, because this isn't even the main fight. This is just... This is a prelude to how shitty she can be. Don't stand there. Oh. I'm about to learn that just how shitty she can be. Yeah. At this point I can kind of forgive myself because I'm learning the room. So, you know. It's a good lesson there. You cannot shoot those things from behind. They don't work. So if you're going to lead her around the room, you have to do it from a certain angle or it just... nothing good happens. Oh, I'm remembering my own frustration from this. And I'm frustrated at myself as well for how long it took me to learn the sequence. Because the longer this took me to learn, the more I forgot. If that makes sense. Because it's like, it's several mechanics here, it's several things to keep in mind. And I remember most of them to a point, but then the one I'm introduced to the least, mainly being the wall of fire and the timing issue of it, that's the part I forget. And so that was well timed. I'm proud of my past self for doing that. There's this mechanic, and she appears behind me, and I use that to my advantage to go get that one. This was what I would call a good run. At this point I was still going for extras. That doesn't last, so apologise about that in advance, but yeah. Again, she's slow when she wants to be. And at this point, I hadn't learnt the room. Yeah. So that was a good try, though. I do learn later that actually does work. You can burn the body that she's coming out of. It doesn't work all the time, but it buys you a few extra seconds. And well, depending on how well you're doing during the sequence, that can be a big difference in life and death. Do I use it to the best of my abilities? No. I make a lot of shitty decisions here where it's purely panic based. Or based on the fact I'm not paying attention and yeah. At this point it's like I'm trying to work out the best way of leading around the rooms, essentially. I'm aware I have time and then it's, well, how much time do you have? See, she's not predictable in terms of timing. That was my first mistake doing that. And then I did that way too fast. Get past her. This is the only time you can get past her. There we go. Went back into that corner. You know that doesn't matter. I'm about to learn a very important lesson here. She's dumb, but she ain't that dumb. But yes. As long as you have enough health, you can get past the fire. There's only one way to deal with that bomb. Only one way. And I am heavily avoiding it here. from me, I think this was a valiant attempt, but once you can't run, you can't lead her anywhere. If I'd left the other pipe alone, I think maybe at this point I could have done something with her, but I hadn't. So I had no way of slowing her down. Essentially, I had nowhere to lead her. Because once you open the furnaces, you're cutting off your own escape route, really. So the furnaces have to be done, but there's a smarter way of doing it. And yeah, I don't really think about it the best way I could do it. Oh, she's a bit close for you to be doing that. At this point I need to change the direction. That's, yeah, good. Oh yeah, I did this in so many different ways. I can't remember which run throughs I did a good job on. I think this was one of my better runs, this one. I still don't do this in the right order. So this is what I mean about forgetting mechanics. Like, even if that hadn't killed me, where the hell was I gonna go? Like, because I hadn't opened the furnace, so I hadn't given myself a run around. So, it's like silly decisions. And that I ran right into her. I was so annoyed when I did that. I can't remember at which point I paused it, you know. I did so many run rounds and I wasn't understanding. I just could not get my head to think right, in the right headspace for this. But I think I get a bit more consistent now, at least with this opening, for what I was planning on doing. I had a plan in my head. Didn't always work. That's what I meant about like leading her. You can kind of encourage her to go a little bit faster in the direction you want her to. And then you just got to work out the best run round. But yeah, she doesn't always follow you. Sometimes she turns herself around. I do stop getting like the goodies and well, like goop juice, bullets, everything basically except for health. I don't pick it up during this section, so that's just purely based on frustration. I did that way too early. Yeah, I deserved that. It was kind of a mix of just frustration and then impatience. And with me, it's never a good mix when I start doing that, because it's like, well, you know, of course you're gonna die when you're not paying attention. I knew my own rules at this point, and I was blatantly avoiding them. Like, the first thing I should have done, wait, build your health up. She doesn't follow you immediately. I have a few precious seconds while she's climbing over the grate. Every time the light comes on, it's like I'm just picturing that like death grip I've got on the controller, because it was horrendous. You've led her around the wrong way. Lead her the other way. the running mechanic as well. She doesn't have a limited run, but she does slow down when she gets closer to you. She actually takes a few precious seconds to like raise her hand up to kill you. So if you've got the time, you can kind of just sort of stand there until she's right in front of you. Again, they're not waiting. As I get annoyed at myself when I make the same mistakes. Especially so soon. It's like, if I've made the same mistake and I've had like, I don't know, a couple of different tries in between, then I can kind of forgive myself. But when I make the same mistake, literally straight after I've made it before, it's like, well, what did you expect, kind of thing. I don't have much more to say about the previous sequence. I don't think I die at all for the previous section. From this point on, I don't think, because I've pretty much got a good handle on it. But this section down here, I just don't do well. For so long, I just don't do well. But it's honestly not that hard. I mean, in hindsight, it really isn't. But yeah, this is just basically lure her in, burn her alive, open the big doors. I think got into a habit here of shooting the pipe that I drop in by. Actually, in hindsight, that's not the best pipe to do, because it's, well, the pipe near the entrance has the most freedom, if you like, because you've got the biggest run round space with it, and you don't cut it off at any point. Well, you do, but not right now. You don't. See, I've got the most freedom with it. So I'm trying to do the lever without having a pipe of fire to distract her with. It's just, I mean, it's doable. I think I proved at some point later on here that it is doable, but it's not the smart way of doing it. It really isn't. Kind of should be pipe of fire, open one of the big furnaces, then pipe of fire, open the other big furnace, run around like a mad thing, waiting for the fire to dissipate. That's the order, basically. And I just don't seem to twig that for a really long time. And even when I do twig it, I just have this like happy trigger fingers where it's, you know, I mean, the fire pipe's right there, it's right above me. When I see stuff like that, it's like an instinct almost to do it. There you go. This is dumb. Don't do that. Good. Yeah, this is easily the most awkward way of doing it. I don't know what I was going for there. Because, I mean, the flaming pipe of fire can only give you a couple of seconds heads up if you can get round her while she's burning. And yeah, again, you can't run. You can't get away from her. So there's just not much you can do. But yeah, I mean, I think the reason I got so annoyed at myself, I was annoyed at myself while I was doing this. I think it's because, unlike the dog where I didn't understand what I was doing wrong, with this one, I knew. Like here, I've made the basic mistake again. I didn't wait until I had enough health to run. So it's the whole, you've got to stand there like a lemming to get some health back, or try and survive the sequence till you get to the bottom layer to go get the health thing. It was just like, I knew better. Standing still to aim, that gets me my health back, but I know it annoys her, so then you have to run, and I'm not quite sure why I didn't run there. Oh, do I pause the game soon? Maybe I do. I was like taking guesses at when I finally had enough, because I was like, what, close to 30 minutes in or something? I can't even remember. This took a full hour, so it was complete aggravation. But yeah, annoyance at myself, because I couldn't get annoyed at the game, and that was the thing. With the dog, I could get annoyed at the game because I didn't get it. I didn't understand how I was supposed to do things. It didn't show me how I was supposed to kill him. It didn't give me any hints, aside from, you know, one shock bolt, and one shock bolt wasn't enough to kill the dog anyway, so it didn't give me, you know, like a full dog do that. It didn't give me like a full run through of how I was supposed to play it. This boss, on the other hand, does. It runs through the mechanic long before you get to these last two rooms. I knew exactly what I had to do. It was just purely my lack of skill and lack of thought that led to it being a problem. Like here, try and get past her. Just go for it. I wasted precious time there when I could have been pulling the lever, because it doesn't matter if I've got full health or not. This is the boss that smashes your head in regardless. I knew that. No, didn't give me the option there. So this is the point where I'm wondering, how the hell am I supposed to give you the run round? Why did it go for it there? But there is a mechanic here, because you can get her to slow down. You can kind of lead her to a certain point, and as long as you get her to at the point where she's slowed down, you have just enough time to do the lever. And I got very lucky there. And this is the point. This is where I regretted everything, because I haven't realised I'd done it. This is exactly what I needed to do. This is everything I needed to do, and I run around there like an idiot. And I get myself caught. Because I've forgotten the last mechanic, the fire. The fact that the fire dissipates after a certain amount of time. It's a timing based sequence, and I forgot. So yeah, at this point I was really confused, because I said I'd just completely forgotten that mechanic. So I was thinking, oh, maybe I've missed a lever on the ceiling, or maybe there was another thing I needed to pull that I didn't get, or I was just under the wrong impression here. Oh, maybe I needed to burn them, or you know, I had a lot of things running around in my head, and none of them were right. And you'll see, I'm making mistakes now because I'm not really doing this one again to fight her. I'm doing it to try and work out the mechanic I missed, and I won't work it out because it doesn't give you any more hints about the timing and the fire than what it already gave, because you know the game probably doesn't expect people to die as much as I ended up doing. Yeah, I think I was going for like burning the bodies here, like maybe I was supposed to cut off all her roots or something. It's totally dumb. But you know, what can you do? So yeah, I mean, well, I can't blame the game for this boss and my horrendous way of tackling it. I can blame it for the almost redundant nature of that mechanic. And I get it, it's supposed to be so that you have to run around in a confined space with Spider Lady, and I get that to a point, but as a mechanic in of itself, it's kind of redundant, and it just serves to annoy me, really. And I don't think I'm really just saying that based on the fact that I forgot it was a mechanic that existed. I probably would have said that even if I'd done this the first time through, because it's just it's an almost lazy way of making me run around in circles with this immortal boss. It's annoying, really. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I was wanting to get caught here because I was out of options. I just didn't know what to do. But yeah, if a mechanic is kind of redundant, it's just like, well, why did you put it in? Was it just purely to irritate? There we go, I paused. I'd had enough at this point. It was like, I just can't work it out. So this is the first boss where I actually went and Googled what to do, because I said I couldn't remember the mechanic. And yeah, I don't regret it. There we go. Right, so I think at this point I kind of worked out. At this point I'd researched what I was supposed to be doing, and I realised that it was a fire mechanic, and I can't remember what I said originally, but it was a lot of expletives. So, safe to say you don't really miss any intelligent conversation from my original recording. So yeah, once again I've saved myself some embarrassment, similar to the dog, I suppose. I think I also remember at this point that I have a shotgun. Pretty sure. Yeah, you can kind of see the getting annoyed part of this now. Yeah, I didn't really go into this one the smartest method. And I kept bringing out my sniper rifle. I've done that a few times actually when playing this game. So I think I need to rejig my guns around a little bit. I don't do it here, but I was on a course of spite at this point as well. I was so angry at my own stupidity. I mean, I knew none of this worked. I knew you couldn't distract her, and you can't shoot her with anything, and I was still. Oh. I don't know why. I thought picking that up was a good idea, but yeah, I had no health, a terrible attitude, went in guns blazing, and I did it. I think running down here, hobbling down here, I was just like, don't you dare, don't you dare, don't you dare, and it was like a big yes when I did it. But oh my gosh, I was so annoyed at myself. I was so angry at that one mechanic I missed. And I mean, looking back on it, just the shotgun shells, because I wasted so much time with that pinpoint aiming on the pistol, and it's like, ugh, the shotgun could have been done from a bigger distance as well. And I think I watched some of the videos I watched showed people doing it with the shotgun, and you could actually get Laura with the open furnace. So
who do you think you are? I know who you are. Seb.
Hi, Ruby.
I know what you crave, what you fear. Will you be able to live with yourself knowing what I'm gonna make you do? Poor little Joseph couldn't. Too bad they dragged you into this. But either way, you're mine, to do with as I please.
I didn't know if I was supposed to leave the elevator there either. I was like, oh my god. Yeah. I remember just being so angry at this point that I couldn't even enjoy the story. I was just like, just don't give me anything else, please. But this is the Evil Within. You don't get too much time between bosses. It's the further in you go, the less time it takes before you meet another one head on. Case in point, in 5 minutes.
Shit, back here again.
Oh gosh. I was so relieved to be here. It was like a big thank fuck I've got a few minutes. I do see the map fragment. I mean, I was also annoyed at how much stuff I missed during that whole Spider Lady sequence as well. All the brain juice and the bullets, particularly on the run up to the last two rooms. Could have done with all the extra shotgun stuff. Again, you know, hindsight. It's 2020. Take some anger out in the vase. Oh gosh. Some days I just do not go into this game with the best mindset. Smash everything to pieces just isn't the way to go about things. Can't remember how thorough I was being here. Pretty thorough. I was just hoping the break would last. Yeah, there's not anything in these rooms now. I wasn't satisfied to leave that. Yeah, you kind of realise how small the mansion actually is. Yay! It's my two favourite people.
Doc, what the hell do you think you're doing?
Trying to save us.
Really? Because it looks like you're making another monster to me.
I don't have time for this, Detective.
Neither do I.
Leslie has been here before, and made it back. He survived being linked to Ruvik, the only patient ever as far as I know.
Wonderful. What does that have to do with any of this?
He's our way out, Detective. Our only way back.
That sound!
No, it's working. Oh, thank God it's working.
Leslie, are you all right?
It should have. Why didn't it?
Isn't that lovely?
That's it. That's why.
Doctor, run!
He wants the same thing as us. He wants out!
The only person I feel the most sorry for in this entire thing is Leslie. Because I think out of everyone, he's probably the most innocent in all this. Oh no, in a strange way, I'm actually glad I've had time to come back and rewatch the end of that, because before I was so frustrated. I don't think I paid attention during the entire sequence.
Listen to me, goddammit!
I mean, it is generally the story, and this is the part I'm enjoying the most. Straight in.
Ruvik must be really pissed now. Breaking a STEM terminal? Never thought he'd go that far.
Wait, STEM?
Oh, he must be close if he's severing ties with the past. All he has left is his connection to the present. The full STEM in the hospital.
Hospital? Beacon Mental Hospital?
That's where he'll be. Waiting for him. If somebody doesn't get there first, there'll be no way out for anyone!
Some of the line deliveries in this are very strange.
You have a lot about you.
Yeah, that's the first time she said something different. Hang on. Investigation uncovers irregularities at mental hospital. Situation more complex than thought. Internal audit at Beacon Mental Hospital suggests patients missing. Chief of Staff Marcelo Jimenez cites clerical errors. Of course he does. Why am I taking a break here? Not sure. Marcelo, missing Dr. Marcelo Jimenez, Chief of Staff at Beacon Mental Hospital. Last seen in his office where he made a number of telephone calls. Oh, we know what's happened to him. He's now a Dr. Pancake. Pancake Doctor. Can't remember how many keys I had. I'm honestly not sure about the maps, you know, whether I'm doing well or not. I really couldn't say. Oh yeah, I had 2 keys. Yeah, I thought it was a bomb at first, but it's not. It's just ice arrows. I mean, ice arrows are pretty good, but you know, when it's stuff I can make from scrap, it was like, yeah, not great. Yeah, can't really fault my past self for going for the health. It does make quite the difference. And accuracy for the pistol. Yeah. It's that single-mindedness again. And that sniper rifle, I think, I was debating the reload time. I did go for. I don't know if any of the next sections will need the sniper rifle, but I imagine they will do. Anyway, this is about where I leave it. It was an absolute pain in the arse, this level, but it was completely my own fault. As said, the only mechanic I didn't like was the timing with the fire. I just didn't feel it was necessary, and it was the one thing that made me want to throw the controller into the wall. So, you know. But, other than that, it was great, you know. Good episode and all that, or whatever. I'm just rambling, because once again, I mean, I can't believe I've had more microphone problems. It's becoming a nightmare. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, regardless of my mistakes. As always, like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and hopefully I will see you in the next better put together video. Bye!